What's going on, Eagles Nation? This is your boy, AK Eagles, and this is another episode of the Eagles Uncensored podcast. And with me tonight, I have a special guest, none other than Papa Sora himself. What's going on, my guy? Welcome to the show. Please introduce yourself and let everyone know who you are.
Yeah, so Papa Sora, some of y'all know me in the chat, lifelong Eagles fan. Pretty much it. I'm working on some stuff, channel of my own, but that's in the works right now. So we won't really worry about that. We'll just worry about tonight.
Yeah, man. No, you're very knowledgeable. I expect to have a really good conversation here tonight. I've been wanting to get you on because your shit. So I like talking to people who actually know their shit.
Yeah.
So I usually start out with offense, but we're going to go to the defensive side of the ball to start tonight. Because. But first, before we even do that, I'll ask you: what do you think is going to be more dominant, the offense or the defense?
Real quick before I answer that,
Yeah.
don't know. On StreamYard, your camera's frozen, and on YouTube, it's just a black screen. So I don't know if something's going on with that for your face cam.
Okay, because I look fine on mine.
Okay, it might just be me, but on YouTube I see a black screen, and in ScreenYard I just see it frozen.
Can anybody clarify that? Am I frozen or am I here?
Okay, StreamYard, you started moving around. I still see a black screen.
Okay.
Oh, okay, there it goes. We're good now.
Okay.
All
right. Yeah. So, go ahead.
I think the defensive side will be more dominant because, personally, I think the offense, I think it's going to be the run heavy, which will drain the clock, leaving the defense out on the field for less time. So I think the defense will be more dominant because I think the offense will be able to drain clock and all that.
Thank you. Yeah, what's going on, Vic? How you doing, man? Appreciate you being here as always. Nina, how you doing? Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Facebook was kind of late loading up. I have no idea, but seems like we're all good now. So that brings me to my first question. We're going to start at the back and work our way forward. Safety position. You got Harris, and then you have Kayvon Wallace. Jacoby Stevens he'll probably end up playing some snaps back there. We still have Rodney McLeod, and then you have Epps. I don't see McLeod starting week one. I don't feel we have any need to rush him back. I want to see what Kayvon has. I want to see what even Jacoby Stevens has back there if they choose to play him back there. So, I'd rather have Rodney at 100%. But how do you see that playing out, man?
I think as of now, I think it'll probably end up being Harris and Kayvon Wallace. I know McLeod mainly has just been working on the side. I don't think he's participated in any team drills
I don't think so.
I know he's been working on the side a lot, and he's been looking good, so that gives us hope.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you'll mainly see like Kayvon Wallace as the strong safety. And I know the first couple of days of camps, we heard like, oh, he's having a killer camp, and it was kind of quiet, or it's been kind of quiet ever since. Which I know some people are freaking out about that, like what's happening with Wallace? He's disappeared, all that, blah 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 blah. You haven't heard any bad news about the kid though, so it's kind of take it with a grain of salt. Yes, we haven't heard any like mind-shattering plays, but it's also like we haven't heard. Yeah, he got toasted. Dude had like 3 touchdowns on him. Like, so I'm not too worried about what's his face. I'm not too worried about not hearing any Wallace news. But yeah, I think you're going to end up seeing Harris, who's had an excellent camp, and I think you're going to end up seeing Wallace on the other side of him.
There you go, Vic. That's his Twitter handle, just so you know. Papa Foot. Clutches, right? Clutches. You
Fuchs.
said Fuchs. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you, Ness Out West, my guy. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you, dude, for being here. Jordy Fighter, as always. Appreciate you, my guy. We got 5 people in here. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. At 20 subs, giving away a vintage Eagles blanket to one lucky winner. So don't want to miss out on that. So let's go to the linebacking core. You know, a lot of people kind of forget a little bit about Avery. You know, I actually like Avery. I think we misused him under Doug's regime, and that's why he really wasn't an impactful player. But I believe JG can, you know, transform him back into the linebacker he kind of was for Cleveland. I mean, he wasn't amazing there, but he was effective. You know, way better than what he was for us for the first 2 years. So, you know, you got T.J. Edwards, you got Sean Bradley, Davion Taylor, and Taylor looks to be beastly. You know, and then you got Wilson and Singleton. So, you know, all in all, the way they've been playing, it seems like we do kind of have a stacked linebacker room. Most of them are unproven, but they look like they're trending up. You know, so how do you feel about that room, and how do you feel the starting 3 is going to be, and you know, what you outlook on it?
Yeah, I think I still will say I think linebacker is probably the weakest part of our defense, but I think it's going to be better than most people think. Like you mentioned, I know Davion Taylor had an amazing camp. He's out right now with quad, I think, but it seems like everybody, with the exception of maybe McLeod, will be back week 1. So I'm kind of expecting Taylor to get that starting weak side linebacker spot. I think you'll see what's his face? Eric Wilson. There we go. I think you'll see him kind of take over middle linebacker because he also, which absolutely I love seeing it. He and like Malata will stay after practice and they'll work on.
Yeah.
Like he'll help Malata understand like the blitz, help protect against the blitz better.
Yeah.
I think so. I think those two are solid kind of solid locks for starting linebackers. I think the third linebacking spot is kind of interesting because originally I had Jacoby Stevens as starting for that strong linebacker slash third safety, kind of like how Malcolm Jenkins was. Because the way Gannon's scheme works is he kind of has like that third safety, but also like that strong linebacker, and that just describes exactly what Jacoby Stevens is. He's able to kind of gauge and tell when he needs to play linebacker, when he needs to like rush against the blitz, or when he needs to drop back and play that kind of third safety. He can cover tight ends really well. I hate to admit it, but he locked up my boy Kyle Pitts. Absolutely locked him up. The only person to ever tame Kyle Pitts was Jacoby Stevens. So I kind of saw him doing that with the hamstring. I don't know now, so that spot's kind of up in the air. I still think he can win it, but I also know it probably would be better to let him have his rookie year for a bit, kind of still learn. So I think you might see like TJ Edwards start as that strong linebacker because the dude worked out with the Watt brothers and the dude got jacked. So I think you'll be able to see him. Play the strong linebackers, which their main job kind of is to cover the tight end. So I think you'll see that. You won't be able to get that third safety that Gannon wants, I think, unless you start Jacoby Stevens. But I think that'll be kind of more of a next year. I'm hoping this year. If it happens this year, then I'll be really impressed because the kid's just got phenomenal IQ.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I will say Stevens, maybe Edwards for that. But that's kind of how I have the linebacking core shaken out.
Got a question on Stevens for you real quick, though. One Trey Rock in the building. What's good, my guy? Appreciate you for coming in. Eagle Slayer 95. How you doing, sir? Appreciate you. You know, I saw this today about KJ, and we also had, I guess, the Washington wants to do a trade, not with us, but I mean, Washington wants to get out of Pittsburgh, and there was question if we should add him. KJ, not a bad option, I guess, for linebacker.
I didn't know that
Could
he didn't sign with the Raiders.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So I mean, yeah, we need linebacking help. I'm not
Yeah,
opposed
I
to
would
it.
not be opposed. I remember
Yeah.
about a month ago when the rumors came out, I was all for it. Throw everything out the window I just said. If KJ Wright gets here, I think he's starting strong linebacker. Yeah, I mean, I would push for it. I think we have like that veteran presence at every position except wide receiver, and you can argue linebacker. So I think getting KJ Wright would help, and maybe getting a veteran wide receiver. But veteran wide receiver, in my opinion, would be a guy like Larry Fitzgerald. Because the thing with Washington is one of his biggest gripes of why he wants to be traded is because he wants more playing time, and the dude's good. But if you bring him over here, that's kind of saying I'm going to start him over a guy like a Fulgham or a Watkins.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like he's already the fourth wide receiver now. I don't think he's gonna want to be the fourth wide receiver here.
No. And honestly, I don't think he would even be the fourth.
Yeah,
probably looking
even
at
that.
fifth or sixth.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you on the Larry Fitzgerald, man. Like I said that like 2 weeks ago. No lie, I told Foothills about it like 2 weeks ago. I said, dude, I would love Larry Fitzgerald because he's only going to expect to play probably 10 to 15 snaps. He's not looking to get that much playing time. He'd definitely be a way better mentor than Alshon Jeffrey, in my opinion.
Yes. Especially after all the stuff Fulgham said about as soon as Jeffrey was healthy, they put him back in. Yeah. Alshon's a no-go.
Yeah, so in my opinion, man, Fitzgerald makes the most sense. I mean, you wouldn't want to play much, and yet he has so much knowledge. And he's still effective when he does play.
Yeah.
So.
It's a guy to where he can start, but he's also fine being the mentor. And if he's in, he'll be able to play good. So, yeah, I think Fitzgerald would be the perfect.
No, I know, Rock. I know if he comes back, he's only going to play for the Cardinals, but wishful thinking.
Yeah.
If he was, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so to answer that for Nicky, I think it was Wednesday, they started using Jack Stoll as a fullback. Like, they put him in as the fullback. So, thought that was interesting.
He's built for it.
Yeah, he is definitely built for it, which I also kind of found that interesting because I think that shakes up the tight end room a little bit because the guy looked good enough to get on the starting tight end. So if you put him in as a fullback, I think that'd be really interesting.
Dude, I still want to see Mailata line up on the 5 one day.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
I want to see them put Mailata as a fullback and just unleash this dude right in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember watching, I think it was with Vita Vea when he had like that touchdown. I remember watching that and I was like, no, just put Mailata and do that. Dude played rugby. Like, I've been pitching that idea for years.
Yeah, no, I know, man. And that's another guy, Golden Tate, man. How do you feel about that? I mean, I know he was here once. He was effective, I guess you could say. He did some good things. He had some nice catches.
Although I don't know if Golden Tate's still kind of in that mindset of like, yeah, I can be a starter. Plus, I also think he mentioned he still was wanting to stay with the Giants. I don't know. Could be wrong about that, though.
Oh, no, he was talking about going to the Rams, Stafford. Which makes sense. I
If we
mean,
can't get Larry Fitzgerald, then yeah, I think Golden Tate would be good. Plus, we'll have a coach who actually knows how to use him.
I'm taking it, Nikki. You're talking about Stoll, right? 6'4", 247.
I would assume so as well. Yeah, he is 6'4", 247.
Yeah, no, that exactly. He's definitely got the size for it, man. Like, and that's why I love this coaching staff because
Yeah.
they're willing to go outside the box.
Absolutely. They're also willing to go old school because you think fullback, you think of that old like smash mouth.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You know, and that kind of might be what makes him successful is he's not afraid to try new things. You know.
Yeah. Stoll's also got pretty good hands. I remember seeing a couple of clips of him in the rookie camp. The dude's got good hands. He definitely knows how to extend for the ball.
Yeah.
So
No,
I would not be upset at all about that.
No. And that's the thing, man. Like, you know, you sit here and you see all the ways that they're using players, and very creative. You know, it is. It will bring a whole new aspect. Like, honestly, it's a true West Coast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which I
It's
think
not
is
a
going to benefit most of the guys, especially on the offense.
yeah.
Well, I mean, not obviously the offense, but
Yeah. So the cornerback too, you know, we hear a lot about Josiah Scott. We hear a lot about McPherson. Even Jaquette's been brought up now and then. You know, we've heard some things about Nelson. You know, and even Slay. But all in all, dude, like, does Maddox have an opportunity to lose CB3 to McPherson or Scott? As good as they've been playing lately.
Absolutely. I was saying probably when we drafted McPherson, like maybe a couple of weeks, I was like, listen, if we don't sign like Steve Nelson, if we don't sign him, I can absolutely see McPherson win the QB2 spot. It was looking to the point where we were going to sign nobody, so I was ready to accept. And I'm looking at his camp now. I think that would have been a good choice, but I'm glad he's got now Slay and Nelson to learn underneath, and actually have a rookie year. But the way he's been playing with camp, I can see him definitely beat out Maddox for the slot.
In all honesty, dude, when we picked him up, I didn't know how it was going to turn out.
Yeah.
That was sketchy. I was
mean,
like, well, it could be bad, it could be good, and so far, it looks positive. You know.
Yeah. 2018 was definitely good. Maybe he definitely wasn't an outside corner, but I don't know. Maybe if he gets beat out, see what he can do at safety. Because trying to think of what all we have behind like safety. Because I know you have Harris, McLeod, Andrew Adams, but they're all kind of up there. Well, not really. McLeod's like 30. That's the oldest for the safety. But it's kind of like he had some pretty good plays as a safety. So see if he can go back to being a safety. But yeah, I could absolutely see like Josiah Scott beating him out or Zach McPherson. I think we're going to see a lot of Zach McPherson during preseason.
It's funny that you say that, man. Because I was actually thinking last night, I was like, man, would they really put Maddox back in safety and throw McPherson in the slot? And then you just bring that up.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I don't know. My thought process, and this is looking for next year, is we have McPherson in the slot. Slay's still around. He's looking better under Gannon and all that. Nelson had an okay year. He didn't re-sign. It's draft day. We have 2 first-round picks. One of them is kind of early-ish, mid-round. And we get a cornerback like a Kyer Elam. So you have Slay, Elam, and McPherson. I think that's a solid what's his face? I think that's a solid secondary right there.
You think Obi has a chance to make this team?
I think he can be a good solid Good, solid kind of depth piece. Yeah,
I love his size.
his size is great. The versatility is also great because he was corner and safety, I think.
Yeah. Well, his brother's a corner. He's a safety.
Uh, okay.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
a
I thought he
6'4"
played.
safety though.
Yeah,
I mean I love size, man. Like no lie, that's one of my pet peeves.
Yeah.
You know, especially with our wide receiver core over the last couple of years. Is I'm not a small wide receiver guy. I like my wide receivers to have a little height on them. Same way I like my safeties, man. You know, I don't know. Sometimes height can be a disadvantage, but if it's the right person and they have the right athleticism and skill set, height can actually be a very good thing.
I think kind of height. It's shown there's two. You can argue maybe three positions where it's height isn't like a big factor. Like I think running back, you look at that and it's like, all right, height isn't that big of like it's a pretty big factor for catching passes, but also like you've looked at Darren Sproles, Boston Scott, you've seen at their height of 5'6". So I think linebacker as well. You could probably height when, especially if you're just pure blitz and just staying in zone. I think you could probably argue quarterback height isn't a major factor because you look at Kyler Murray in Arizona and he's kind of proven people wrong about, oh, he's too short to be a quarterback. So
Yo, my guy Hunter in the building, one of my very good friends and very knowledgeable in this sport. How you doing, my guy? Appreciate you for stopping in. We do have 7 people in here. Please do hit that like and subscribe button. Like I said, at 200 subs, giving away a free vintage Eagles blanket, so don't miss out on that. And yeah, man, I was with you there. I wanted to feed you as well, man. I wish we would have actually got him, but we didn't. And you know, oh well, moving on. But yeah, no, you're right. You know, Obi is so athletic. You know, he tested great, but you know he hasn't stuck around on too many teams. But that also might be the coaches. You know, who knows? JG might actually register to this guy. He might be just exactly what Obi needs. I have no idea. That's wishful thinking, though. You know.
yeah, I definitely think he can be the guy. Because looking at what he did with Xavier Rhodes, whose career was just in shambles, and how he was able to bring him back in just the 1 year. So yeah, I think JD is definitely going to help revive some people's careers.
Andrews and Riley.
Duke Crowley, I know. Are you talking about Adam Andrews, the safety from Tampa, Vic?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out. Yeah. Well, we'll just see what he says here in a minute. Yeah, no,
Yes.
but see that, and that's what makes us so awesome in the secondary, man, because we have so much young talent there.
Yeah.
You know, and it could go any way, and because of how good our coaches are, and you know the momentum that they bring to this team and all the energy. You know, it's like you said. You saw what they did last year in Indy. You know, and how they turned Xavier Woods' career around and stuff there. And you know that's just credit to them as a person, them as a coach, and them as their teaching skills. You know, and hopefully they just bring that here because if they do, man, we have a lot of good young talent on this defense that if we develop them right, we could have a really solid defense over the next 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely in agreement with you on that. Especially if we get Elam and McPherson finds a place to start, that would be absolutely nice. I definitely.
You're right. I
Nate
totally
Metter,
forgot
let's
about
go.
Andrew Adams, man. From everything else that we've done lately, Andrew Adams kind of was like swept under the rug for me. Totally forgot about that guy.
He was kind of that veteran presence, I guess, in safety. But he also, what's its face? He was also, I think, on the COVID list until yesterday. But he had apparent reports were showing that he had a good day on his first day. So
yeah.
And I believe Nate Metters was waived.
Right, exactly, Vic. That's why I said his name was swept under the rug, dude. Like, I totally forgot we even got at Adams after we got Harris. I was like, oh yeah, you know, sucks to be that guy.
Yeah.
All right, so this is where it gets tough, man, because you know what? I can honestly sit here and tell you I believe we have the best defensive front in the NFC East. Okay. I would probably take our defensive line over Washington.
Yes, absolutely.
So, you know, we got great depth. We got Williams, we got Hargraves, we got Ridgeway, we got Cox, you got Barnett, you got Sweat, you got Jackson, you got BG, you got Kerrigan. Like, dude, that is one hell of a lineup right there, you know? And, I mean, I have always brought up the situation that I feel Cox is going to be moved. Now, I don't believe it'll be now. I'll put it that way. I will say, I'll paint this scenario out. If we come out and we only have 2, 3, 4 wins by week 7, I say he gets moved.
Yeah.
Because pretty much at that point, your season is looking bleak. So you look to unload him. Now, that's also if Williams plays up to his standards, and from what we've been hearing.
Yeah.
You know, but the way I look at it, and it's like Gail said on my show the other day, you got to follow the money. You know, and when you sit there and you look at the money in the D tackle position, Hargraves makes more than Cox. Hargraves makes $30 million.
Yeah.
Cox makes 20. That's $50 million between the two players. That's a lot of money. Somebody's got to go. Well, it ain't going to be Hargraves because he's 26. And they traded for Hargraves to replace him eventually.
Yeah.
So
I think it honestly just kind of depends on what kind of year he has. Because you look at it because I think our D line is like, that's where most of our money is. There's like $70 million in that. But you also kind of look at possibilities of Brendan Graham retiring. So if Cox has like killer year, at that point, then yes, his stock goes up, but it would also kind of question, okay, do we need to trade him or do we keep him? And if Brandon Graham retires, there's money freed up because we're already like, what, 50 million under the cap?
Yeah.
For next year? Yeah. So, I mean, we're going to have cap space for the first time in a very, very long time. So, I don't know. I think it kind of depends. If he goes out, has a monster year, because past couple of seasons been down, but if he goes out and has a monster year, then I think you kind of go like, all right, he's probably going to get extended and we're good.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Cox stays on this team as long as we win. You know, there's no reason he's going to go anywhere as long as we win.
Yeah.
You know, and then at the end of the year, like Vic said, you unload him at the end of the year after he has a great season. You know, because he'll be 33 next year. You got to kind of move up the young guys.
Yeah.
It makes total sense. But that's what I was proposing, though. My hypothetical, Vic, is if you're already having a losing season, you might as well just let him go and up Williams over the next 8 weeks for next season.
Yeah.
But that's only if you're losing at that point.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd definitely be interesting.
Yeah. Just scenarios. Nothing set in stone. I ain't Howie.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would not be a bad thing though. All right. So let's jump to the offensive line then. I want to get your take on left tackle before we go to anyone else on this offensive line.
I mean, Mailata. That's the only real answer. He's already got it. He's already won.
That's easy. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. It's like I said all the other times. 5 years, what this kid has done. That's all you need to know. There's nothing more to say about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. He's the guy
So,
where, and we've seen it like on Arizona, I think. Miles will go off for a big rush. He'll get the defensive end off of him, and he'll be running with Miles to catch up the blocks.
yeah.
Because of his rugby history, and that's just amazing right there.
Well, and the other reason that I like him too, and I thought about it, he's a freakish athlete. He's 6'8", 350, and he's strong as an ox.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets beat, he can rely on his strength to help him.
Yeah, his strength and his speed.
You can't do that with Dillard. When Dillard's beat, he's fucking beat.
Yeah, it's
there
over.
is no strength behind him to help, save the play in any way. Where Mailata, he might just be able to fall on the guy just to stop him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He'll be able to kind of, if he's beat, he'll probably be going on the ground, but he'll be able to stop the guy for a couple of more seconds or just bring him down on the ground with him.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can't say that about Dillard, and that's the thing with Dillard. If Mailata beats him, you got to trade this guy now.
Yeah. I don't know what all you're going to get for him. Probably trade package, or it'll probably have to be a trade package deal, but yeah, you're going to have to trade him because there's no saving him.
Yeah. Well, but I mean that's the thing though, You can't have a first round pick sitting on the bench.
No, absolutely not.
You can't. No lie, dude. That's like Carson Wentz sitting on the bench 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Now I'm not comparing Dillard. I'm just saying by first round talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you might as well move him and try and salvage what little bit you can from him to a team that feels that they can develop him and actually make him a decent starter. Because it ain't going to happen here.
Yeah. Because at this point, I don't think, because I think some Eagle fans were kind of knew Mailata was going to win. So we were saying, all right, let's see if we can get Dillard twerking at left guard. But Dillard's just a one-trick pony, and he's not good at that one-trick pony. So, and not probably being a little biased here, but if Stoutland can't fix you, I don't think there's helping anybody, which sucks because Stoutland was banging the table for Dillard. He wanted this guy. He was begging Howie to trade up and get him. And it just didn't work out.
And that's the thing. I mean, if you even keep him, say you keep him hypothetically, or even realistically, because they probably will, is it even worth holding on to him a year to find out if he can play left guard just to turn around and figure out, oh, he can't play left guard and then fucking unload him then? You might as well just do it now.
Yeah, might as well just go ahead. If he can't win left tackle, then yes, go ahead and package him in a deal with somebody else.
And I feel the same way about Barnett. If Barnett loses to Josh Sweat, you got to get rid of him.
Oh, absolutely not. For $10 million, he cannot sit on the bench. Absolutely not. And I know Gannon's talking. He's I view them both as starters. You can't have them both start because that means then Brandon Graham's the rotational guy, and you can't put Brandon Graham as the rotational guy because however old Graham is, he's still playing good. He's still playing good ball. So yeah, if Josh Sweat beats out Derek Barnett, it's over for Barnett.
Yeah. Because honestly, man, I'd rather have his 10 million and trade him than just eat 10 million for a rotational piece.
Yeah, because even Taron Jackson's had a good camp. So
Yeah.
you can see Taron Jackson be the rotational guy and Sweat be the starter. So yeah. Which
Now let me throw this scenario at you real quick, bud.
okay.
You trade Barnett for Chandler Jones,
Yes. I think
and
I
then
think
and
that would
then you start Sweat and have Chandler Jones be your rotational piece like Kerrigan is for BG.
yeah, I can see that kind of have I think you can
Or
have
start him, whatever.
I think if we get Chandler Jones, I would absolutely do that for Jones. I think kind of like you were saying, Sweat and Graham at the field, and then you'd be able to take them both off the field and have Kerrigan and Jones. So I think you can kind of keep that 1-2 punch combo.
Yeah.
For both sides of both the left and right defensive end. With Chandler Jones, honestly, if I would be a lot more comfortable if Sweat stays a rotational guy for one more year if Jones is the starter. Because Jones has shown that he's that like kind of elite guy. And I don't if Jones is like, I'm fine being the rotational guy, then cool.
Are you talking about the defensive end, Jackson? Or are you talking about the tight end, Jackson? Probably the tight end.
I was also gonna say, don't be dissing the boy Trevon Grimes. I'm still hoping we bring him back.
You know, man, mark my words on this. I was a huge supporter of Jonathan Adams.
Yeah.
From Kansas State. Or anyway, it's Jonathan Adams Jr. He ended up getting signed as an undrafted free agent to Detroit. Now, granted, I don't expect Detroit to be good, but Calvin Johnson was compared to this kid because he actually, height wise, body wise, they both match up. And he actually catches the ball like Calvin as well. He's a freak athlete. I just find it coincidental that the Lions got him after the comparison. So watch that kid.
Yeah.
You know, that's another sleeper. He's kind of built like Grimes as well. Yeah. I actually really like Grimes. When I saw we got Grimes, I was like, well, man, I don't feel so bad about the Jonathan Adams thing. But now we got rid of Grimes, and I'm like, okay.
And somebody was mentioning, like, we still have, I think somebody mentioned, which I don't know if it's true, but, like, we still have the rights to Grimes, and until he gets off of his injury, then we can re-sign him. I don't know. I'm hoping that's true, and this is probably because I'm just a huge Florida fan, but when we got him, I was going, watch out. I was like, this kid could probably start. Like, I had him being wide receiver 3. I had him starting over Fulgham, Watkins. I was like, it's gonna be Grimes and Smith on the outside, 2 SEC wide receivers, and then Rager in the slot. It's like, it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got cut. We resigned him, and then he got like injury waived. So I think that's why we might have the rights to him when he gets off of his injury. We might get him back. I don't know.
I heard something like that. You're around that.
Yeah, it's not a lot of people like fighting for him, and Grimes is like, it's quiet about Grimes. So I do think that's the case, that we have the rights to him once he gets off of his injury.
Yeah. Now let's bring up another Gator guy since we're on that one. Kadarius Toney. He went to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel he's going to work in that, and this is why I say this, and I even told Foothills today, if he's in here, he'll probably back me up. I consider Kadarius Toney kind of like Golden Tate, in a sense.
Yeah, I can do that.
And Golden Tate did not work out for the Giants, so what makes you think Toney will?
Yeah. I definitely, which I know what's its face? Foothills and I talked about this on his live stream.
Mm.
I think Tony went too early. I don't think he was 20th. I think he would have been worth, like, the Ravens picked at like 27th or 28th. That's kind of the earliest I saw him going, especially to the Ravens who needed wide receiver help. He's good. He only had 2 healthy seasons. One was his rookie, where he played like 2 games. The second was his senior year. So it's kind of, and he had some impressive plays. Like, there was one where, and I mentioned this earlier, he shook off like 5 dudes, but those 5 dudes were also from South Carolina. So it's
that was on that screen pass, right?
No, I think that was just a slant. It might have been
okay, because he had a really nice screen pass too. I watched.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
like
good.
5 or 6 people
He's
off.
good with like screen passes. He's definitely a good ball player, but like if he went to the Eagles, I can see him working out, and that's not even me being biased. That's me looking at how Sirianni is having this camp. So looking at how Sirianni and like the offense is doing during the camp, if Tony was in there, then it was like, okay, yeah, that can work. I can absolutely see Tony doing that, especially with Tony and Rager, with 2 very explosive. Like if they get an open field, they're very dangerous. But yeah, I don't even know if he'll even be a starting wide receiver this year. I really don't know. I don't see Tony being with the Giants very long. I think he'll probably, in a couple of years he might like request a trade, because I don't see him working, especially with
not with Jason Garrett.
Yeah, with Jason Garrett as their offensive coordinator, and especially with Danny Jones, I don't see him.
Yeah. No, dude, he needs more. Well, and see, that's what I told Foothills. I said, listen, I believe Tony is a great football player. I just believe he went to the wrong fucking team.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with them. I'm saying their scheme does not fit his style of play.
Yeah. Like, I feel like Giants are probably one of the worst teams, and not even because it's like, oh, because they're bad. It's just scheme-wise, I think Giants are probably one of the worst teams he could have gone to. I think he could have gone to the Jets, and it would have been a good scheme for there. But yeah, I don't know. I could probably see him requesting a trade.
No, I'm with you. The Giants, they run too much of a vanilla offense.
Yeah. And that's just not Tony's just very explosive. He's very
Like you have to use them in a certain way, and if you don't use them in that way, it's like Vic said, you'll expose them.
Yeah,
if you only have them out there for screen passes, then guess what? You know what's coming already.
Yeah, he's going to end up being a one-trick pony, which is not what he is. He can do a ton of stuff. You can put him in as a trick play and have him be the QB, but the Giants aren't going to do that because, like you said, they have a very vanilla offense.
Yep. And they paid Galladay. They still... I don't see Tony starting over Shepard or Slayton.
No, maybe for the first couple of weeks because of Galladay's hamstring, but I think that's just because of injury.
And Galladay is just pure money. That's why you won't start over him.
Oh, absolutely.
Slayton. He might be able to get Slayton, maybe.
Yeah,
but I don't
he hasn't
think
had very many camps, though, because he's been injured and sick.
Yeah. But he ain't getting Sterling Shepard, I don't think.
Yeah, no. Best he's going to be able to get is wide receiver 3, and that...
Yeah. That's a long shot.
He's definitely going to have to look very, very good in preseason in order to get a wide receiver 3. Like, that's his only way.
Yeah. By the way, before we even move on, dude, did you watch the game last night?
Yeah, it was so boring.
Bro, did Jake Elliott hang out with these 2 kickers over the offseason? Yo, that was so fucking bad.
Yeah. Although I will say, in camp wise, at least it looked like Elliott's improved, but he's still missing.
Yeah.
So he's missed like 2 field goals, which is too many.
I have to bust his balls though. A little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, absolutely. Um. Yeah. No, that game just sucked. But he was also. I think what probably annoyed me the most about that game was how hype everybody was about Micah Parsons recovering the fumble. When
Yeah.
literally the only situation was it was a jet sweep. Rudolph takes the snap, runs, and just lobs it over to what's his face? Lobs it over to Chase Claypool. Claypool's
Yeah.
not turned around, so it hits him in the ass and it falls. And Parsons just goes, "Oh, look, a ball." That's all he did.
Yeah.
Like any one of us could have made that play.
Dude, I don't understand why the fuck they played Claypool last night and then he got injured.
Yeah.
Like, why do you make that? Why would you fucking play Claypool?
Yeah, there were.
I mean, I'm not even a fan
played
of Pittsburgh, but that was
Najee a
fucking
lot too.
stupid because that's your slot receiver right there, man.
Yeah. And then they kept Najee in a lot more than I thought they were going to.
Najee makes sense though. He's a rookie.
But it was also like he wasn't really getting. I don't think he got stuffed once, so it was kind of like, all right, you've seen it. Like, let's not risk what just happened to Claypool.
Yeah. Dude, I laughed. It was so bad. I mean, I get it. It wasn't your number ones.
Yeah. I was just like, oh,
but it was still
I was like,
fucking bad.
finally a big explosive play. And then he just bounced like 5 yards, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, like, there goes Claypool.
Ben DiNucci looked like Ben DiNucci.
If Dak goes down, or he just can't, like, if he goes down, if he can't stay healthy, or if he's not the same, they're screwed. Cowboys are screwed. They have no good. If I'm Jerry Jones, and this is gonna sound like a meme, but if I'm Jerry Jones and if I just saw my like 3 backup quarterbacks do that, I'm calling Nick Foles. Like, I'm be like, we need your.
Oh shit, dude! You know what, man? I can't do that. I would never ask that of Nick Foles. I could not see that dude in a fucking Cowboy jersey. I couldn't do that.
I couldn't see it either, but I'm just saying, I'm looking at who's available for QBs, and I'm going,
we'll send them Joe Flacco, bro.
Yeah.
No, that's no, dude. It was really a bad. It was really boring. Like, I even told my wife last night, I was like, if you lose this game, you're not sleeping in my bed.
I remember.
Yeah, she smacked me for that shit. Yeah, she smacked me for it. But still, it's like, dude, you lose to the fucking Cowboys, we got problems.
But it was just.
And dude, that's only a preview that you're going to get for the season right there.
Oh, absolutely. And I think what's funny is Cowboy fans are on social media being like, it's preseason, whatever. But you know damn well if they won that, they would be talking all that trash.
Right?
They'd be talking all that trash.
Oh, bro, they would have started this morning. We're fucking Super Bowl, baby. This is our year.
The Super Bowl parade already starting. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, man, Cowboy fans would be talking shit right now.
Yeah.
But instead, have you heard of them? No.
They're just like, it's preseason. Who cares? Like, if the role was reversed, this would play out completely different.
Oh, yeah, put us in their shoes, man. If we would have been the ones playing last night and we would have lost, just imagine what would have happened.
Oh, absolutely. It would have just been so bad.
Right. Well, there's no comparison. You know, that's what kind of pissed me off about the Wentz thing a little bit. Oh, he's shit when he's here, but you send him to Indy, and then now it's like, oh, he's fine now. Like, what changed overnight? I don't understand.
Clearly not his health.
It's his hate. The hate for this city is real, my guy.
Yeah.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Exactly.
So, let's move on to left guard. I'm not a Sayamalu guy. I will be the first to tell you that. I'm
Yeah,
not. I don't think he is the weakest part of our line,
yeah,
but
definitely
there's
left
worse
guard is
out.
the weakest part.
Yeah, but there is worse out there. So I don't knock him that much.
Yeah,
But man, I'll tell you what. I don't know, man. I really want to see Herbig take that spot.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Nasty Nate Herbig. That's exactly who I have for left guard. Because the
Right?
dude put on like 30 or 50 pounds, but just
No, he
in muscle.
lost. He
Oh, was it he
lost.
lost? Oh, I thought he put it
Yeah.
on in muscle.
No, he weighed like 350, and they dropped. He dropped down to
Oh,
315, I think. He lost like 20 pounds or
somebody
something like
gained
that.
like 30 something pounds in just straight muscle, I thought.
Might have
But
been
I thought
Driscoll.
it might have been Driscoll, yeah. Yeah, I
No,
do.
dude, I
Yeah,
have high hopes for Herbig, man. I don't know about you, but
absolutely, yeah.
I
Herbig,
fucking love that kid, dude.
the which sounds bad to say, the best part about the terrible offensive line last year was we were able to see these other guys play, and
Yeah.
Herbig and Driscoll, they shined. They
Yeah.
saw that they had the upper end, of course, Mailata, but we already know he's going to be starting left tackle. But it was
Yeah.
like Herbig shined. Jack Driscoll, if Brandon Brooks like goes out, I think you put Driscoll in there. I think it'll end up being Driscoll. I know some
Where
people.
Brandon Brooks is?
Hmm?
Where Brooks is?
Yeah, because I know some people said like Lane Johnson, but I'm pretty sure in college he mainly played guard. Either way, like if one of those two goes down, I'm trusting Driscoll on the right side either way.
Yeah. No,
But yeah,
I think Driscoll is our future right tackle for
yeah.
sure.
Oh, he's definitely the future. It might have been tackle, but I could have sworn he played a guard more in Auburn. I could be wrong. But yeah, I think
Well, he
Nate
probably
Herbig.
can play both, honestly. He's a
Yeah,
bit. That's what I love about Driscoll, dude. He's fucking intelligent as shit. Not
yeah.
many people know that, but he has a very high IQ.
He was holding up against Chase Young like week 1,
Yeah.
and then he was out or something. I think.
Yeah. Shit. He did do something.
Yeah, but like
It
Chase
was
Young
either
didn't
like
have
his
a
chest
single
muscle
sack
or his
with
hammy or
Driscoll
something.
on him.
Yeah. Hakeem Olajuwon. Dude, they were all good in their own right, man. I don't knock any of them. Hell, Larry Bird, he gets my respect. You know, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe. Only person that honestly doesn't get respect from me is LeBron James. But we're not going into that
I
conversation.
was gonna say I can absolutely see that.
Do you agree?
Yeah, to a certain extent,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I just I think it's
Like,
kind
dude,
of
I will not watch the second Space Jam. I refuse to. I won't do it.
I don't. It was bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I won't do it.
I've
Like,
gotten to the point where it's like this movie came out and like my mother would be like, "Let's watch it." I'll be like, "Fine," and then we'll watch it once and like never again. Like I did that today with Suicide Squad 2. It was not.
no.
I had low expectations for that movie, and I was correct. I mean, if you're like a huge DC fan, be my guest and watch it. But like that movie's 2 hours long, and I had a good like hour and a half nap during it. It just
Honestly, man, I didn't even like the first one.
I didn't like the first one either. That's why I was like the second one. I was like, I have no expect. I was like, I have no hope for this. I was like, I doubt I'll even watch it, but I ended up watching it, and I was correct to not have hope.
Like, dude, I'm a big fucking nerd. All right, I
Yeah,
might not look like it. I might not act like it. But I'll tell you what. All right, huge Lord of the Ring fan. Swear to God, I can probably do every line in every fucking movie, exact word for word. I've watched Lord of the Rings probably, I don't know, 50 times over, my guy. No lie. The Hobbit, same thing.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, yep. I'm a Star Wars geek, and I am also a Trekkie. I like them both.
Yeah.
I like Spider Man. I like Batman. You know, obviously Iron Man,
Yeah.
Avengers, all that shit. You know. Coach Dante in the house. How you doing, sir? Appreciate you.
I believe they're practicing
Yeah, I think they're
tomorrow.
practice.
I think today was the day off, and tomorrow and Sunday they're practicing.
Yeah. So, you know, I had a theory and was just playing around with the offensive line a little bit for future. You know, a lot of people say Jurga's got a pretty good future. Some people even believe was um
Who was the first guy you said?
uh Jurga, the third string center.
Got it. Okay.
I think that's how you say it, right? It is Jurga, right?
I think so. I know who you're talking about. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I know who you were talking about now.
It's spelled really weird, so
I
I'm
think it's
not
like
exactly sure how to
JUR
pronounce it.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, JURIGA.
Jurga, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But Sayamalu can actually play center. So, but I know everyone's like, hey, Dickerson, you're drafted to be center. Yeah, he probably will be. But man, I would love to see it be Mailata, Dickerson, and then either Jurga or Sayamalu in center with Herbig and then Driscoll. Put your 2-6-8 guys on the blind side.
Yeah. I know because I don't think a lot of people knew this about Landon Dickerson, but he played first, I believe, 2 years at Florida State. So he's in his entire like career in college, he played every single spot on the offensive line.
Yeah.
He played both guards, both tackles, and center. So you can absolutely put him anywhere. But it's kind of funny how you were saying both 6'8" guys on the inside. Because I was thinking if Dillard shows out, proves us all wrong, I was thinking because Mailata you can easily move anywhere. I was thinking you could put Mailata on the inside and have that guy like 6'8", 200, like I don't know how much he weighs, but like
Mailata's 350.
Oh, 350. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Having that guy on the inside, ain't nobody gonna get through.
Yeah. No, I mean, if Dillard would beat out Mailata this year, hell yeah, I would put Mailata over Sayamalu. 100%.
Oh, absolutely, with no
Hands down.
hesitation. With no
Yeah,
hesitation.
I would not even ask. I'm sure everyone in the chat can agree with that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, he's not a bad option, though. You know, there is worse people out there, but what I look at is we have A-plus fucking talent on our line. He's the only one that's not, and that's why he stands out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting probably next year what this line's gonna look like. Because Kelsey's gone, Kelsey will be gone. Brandon Brooks maybe. Lane Johnson will probably still stay. I mean, I don't know. It depends. If he gets another injury, like another big injury this year, I think you kind of got to look at replacing him or just moving on from him. But I don't know, because he's like, when he plays, he's like obviously a top 5 guard in the league. But it's just ever since he signed that big major contract, it's just he's been struggling staying healthy.
Yeah. So what do you think then? About Johnson. How long do you think he has left on this offensive line?
I don't know. How old is Lane Johnson?
31, maybe.
Yeah, he is. He's 31. I mean,
Maybe.
I don't know because Jason Peterson played for a long time and he didn't really drop off till 2017. Obviously, because he was injured, but like kind of 2018 is kind of when he started dropping off. He was 37, so he was probably like 30, like 34, 35 by then. So I don't know. I think maybe like 3-4 more years with Johnson. I don't know. It depends if obviously health wise, which he hasn't really been injured that bad, obviously aside from last year.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Johnson probably will be a couple more years.
Yeah. No. Other than Kelsey, I believe this line's pretty much going to relatively stay the same next year. Brooks is a little iffy.
Yeah. Brooks is iffy. Kelsey will get replaced. I think like in two-ish years. I think if we look at it right now, not if we look at the offensive line right now, not including Mailata, I think Johnson will be like the last remaining person there. And then not looking at like whoever wins left guard. Because it might be Sayamalu, it might be Hervik. Left guard's still completely open.
Yes, it is. Yeah, no, that's funny that you actually say that. That he'll be the last one standing. That's Johnson. He's a different kind of animal.
Oh, absolutely.
He's one of those cornbread motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely. I remember it was I think it was this year's like rookie or not rookie. Like this year's photo dump on Twitter, and everybody was just looking at Lane Johnson and going, dude's giving off like Triple H vibes just because of like the face he made or something like that. He just straight up looked like Triple H.
I don't like where this is going.
I don't like this either.
Especially with that picture you got there.
Yeah, especially.
But I'm interested.
Yeah.
Arm.
I mean, we have those two, yes.
Miss Swoop, how you doing? Appreciate you for stopping in. Yo.
Okay.
Will one of my mods take care of? Well, fuck it. I'll just do it myself. Sorry about that, guys.
I'll go with that.
Thank you, sir. Bird Gang 31 in the building. How you doing, my guy? Sorry about that. I knew that was going to be bad as soon as he said that.
I kind of thought it as well. I was reading and it was like arm every, and I was like,
yep, I knew it.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I know where this is going.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for that, Bird Gang. It's kind of funny because I think Bird Gang last night was dealing with these people, with people like that. Maybe it's the same guy, Bird Gang. He came back. It was just like, he just kept coming back on like 5 different accounts, and it just kept going over and over again.
Some people, man, they just don't have better things to do,
Yeah.
Like, no lie, man. I'll give you a story real quick, all right? So it was like 3 days ago. I'm sitting out here on my couch. My wife is next to me. We're watching some TV. It's like 11 in the morning, right? And my phone starts buzzing. Wait, what? Where was that at? In here? I didn't see that. I didn't even know she was in
that
here.
last night? 'Cause I don't think Philly Girl's been in here today.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I think she was in Bird Gang's stream last night when we were dealing with this.
Dude, that's my girl right there, man. She's always supported me. Nobody better run her off. I was pissed. She does a lot of backing for me, so somebody does that, they'll be kicked out quick. So yeah, we're sitting there on the couch, and dude, no lie, I get this message because, you know, with me doing all this, and I changed my Facebook into, you know, my podcast Facebook page. I get this message on my messenger, and it's a guy. He's like, "Hey, I'm part of the Illuminati. You don't want to have any more problems in life, and you know you want to be rich beyond your wildest dreams, and you never want to care for money in the world ever again. You know, there's no blood sacrifice, and you know no money owed. You're welcome." I hate trolls, man. I fucking hate them. Instantly, I just look at my wife and I smile. She's like, "What?" I said, "Watch this shit." I was like, "Oh man." I was like, "No, man, you had me up till you said no blood sacrifice." I was like, I was all in up till then. Dude, he messages back and he's like, "Bro," he's like, "You really want to do that shit?" I was like, "Yeah. Isn't that what that's all about? Like, fuck yeah, let's do that, right?" He's like, "You're fucking sick." And I was like, this coming from the guy who just fucking messaged me about wanting to join the Illuminati. You're trolling me, so I troll you back. And I'm the sick one?
It's kind of like there's this one comedian, and I know we're off topic, but there's this one comedian, James Veach, and he was on like it might have even been like a TED talk or something, but it was talking about how he responded to like spam emails, and he was like, one of them was like, "I'm blah 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 Nelson Mandela's wife," and he was like, she was like, "Nelson is in like conditions in a hospital, blah 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 blah. I need like all your bank account, all that." He just responds with, "Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, considering the fact that Nelson's been dead for however many years." And then he just, sweet, thanks, Bird Gang. I'll make sure to handle guys like that if they ever show up in your stream.
Holy fuck! Are you serious?
Oh, is that Philly Girl? What? Or that's about Philly Girl? Shit. Huh.
That pisses me off.
I did not know that. I could have sworn I saw her the other day. Obviously in the chat, because I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I just saw her like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she meant, but oh, I'm putting two and two together now. See, this is why I shouldn't smoke weed. No lie.
It was.
Yeah, no, she sat there and she said yesterday or not yesterday, 2 days ago, she said that I'll be gone for a while. I understand now. I get it now. I'm putting it together. I guess she figured out I guess she thought I knew what she meant.
Yeah.
But I had no idea that happened, so that sucks. Bird Gang, stop bringing in bad people, bro. What are you doing? You're chasing all our good ones away.
He knew Bird Gang would be here tonight. He's like, I'm coming back.
Right? Stop bringing the bad guys into my stream, dude. I don't want it. I'm in a good mood tonight. I don't want to be a dick. So
that's how you know you've made it, though. People waste their life trying to troll you.
Right? I don't get it, man. There's so many things in this world to worry about. I ain't got time to do that shit.
There's
I got two kids under 5, man.
Yeah. There's so much like other stuff you could be doing with your life. Even if you're like don't have the most extravagant life. Just like Desert Eagle. Okay, you know, that's a fair point. Desert Eagle did bring them. But
it's always easier to blame someone else.
But it's like you could be sitting there having a drink, doing something, but instead you're like, I'm gonna be a dick. Like come on, man.
Yeah. No, man. I'm gonna quote that one awesome chick of mine that I love so dearly. I ain't got time for that. I got bronchitis. Yo, I died when I saw that. I was like, yo,
I got
pretty
time
good.
for this. I got bronchitis. that's good.
I ain't got time to troll people. I got bronchitis.
I can't speak.
Oh shit. Anywho, we way got off
I was about
track.
to say, yeah. Let's try to figure out where we were back. You're right.
Anyway, damn, mic drop.
Shit.
I said my piece and counted to 3.
Did not see that.
That's pretty sweet. Yo, you know what? I want more females in my streams, man. Y'all make my live streams so much cooler. You know, like I said, Philly Girl, she's one of my top all-time favorites in here. Love and support I get from her is amazing, even on Twitter and stuff. You know, Miss Swoop, this is the first time I think I've seen you in here. If not, I apologize. If so, welcome. Please hit that like and subscribe button at 200, giving away a free vintage Eagles blanket to one lucky winner, so don't miss out on that. But, you know, I definitely want more females because the female perspective about football is actually pretty fun. You know, my wife, she knows a lot about football. And believe it or not, females think a lot differently about football than men do. So, yeah, I like your guys' thoughts, so definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting looking at the different, not genders, but I guess the different perspectives, because it's like the guys they kind of go with more, I guess, I don't want to say with more like knowledgeable stuff, but it's like they'll mainly be talking about like hitting and plays and stuff like that. But girls kind of like under, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this without sounding sexist, but it's like they basically, I guess I'll just say, because this is the safest way. Both think different alike. Both male and female think differently about football, but it's just when you get a male football fan and a female football fan together, it's just a blast. Especially if they know their stuff. It's a blast.
No, dude, they look at it in a whole different perspective. Like my wife doesn't always like players by just their name. You know,
Yeah.
she actually looks deeper into football, especially because, like I said, she's a Steelers fan. You know, and they hold their team to a really high value, kind of like we do. You know, it's a respectable franchise for them. So, you know, when you got people out here overachieving when they were supposed to be underachieving, they take notice of that, and they're prideful, just kind of like we are.
Yeah.
And you know, she knows that, like, and she even knows her shit, like even past history. You know, like she knows who Cordell Stewart is. She knows who Jerome Bettis is. She knows, you know, who her '70s team was. I can't name them all because I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, but the Steel Curtain, she can shoot all that shit out at you. I can't, but you know. So yeah, I definitely love the different perspective that females bring. So definitely, Miss Swoop, if you know more, bring them this way. I need more females. I think out of everyone that watches my stream, 2.1% is females. So I need
more about the blanket as well. That's the selling point right there.
Yeah, the blanket as well. And then this one here is 500, which Philly Girl won at 500 subs. She wants my flag. And then at 1,000 goes my signed Jordan jersey. So I figured I'd be at 1,000 fast because somebody would want that Jordan jersey pretty quick. But yeah, it was. I don't care. I do this shit for fun.
Yeah.
I love doing this.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Loving what you're doing.
Yeah. No, like I do want to make this my career. I do want to, be serious about it. Dude, if I could wake up every morning and not have to work and just get on here and shoot the shit and
I
get
don't have
paid
to put
doing
on
it, I would
pants.
love
It'd be
that.
great.
I believe any of us would really.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, back to football. Sorry. Are you worried about Smith?
No, not really. Because when what's its face? When the news came out about his injury, it was they were saying like 2 to 3 weeks. By the time that came out, or when that news dropped, it was 11 days till our first preseason. And simple math, 2 weeks, that's 14 days. So, and reports are coming out now saying he might return sooner. Does that mean, oh, he might be ready for week 1? Don't know. Even if he is, probably wouldn't even play him then.
Yeah.
But I'm especially not worried about Smith because you've seen him on the jugs today, or not today, yesterday. I think he did something. He like ran with sprints or something. He did something with the team.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it was, but it was like you've seen. He's still like in the meetings. He's still on the sidelines, like doing individual stuff, and again, just working on the jokes machine. So he's still working. He's still participating. So no, I am not worried about Smith at all.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm pretty smart, and well, I like to think I'm smart, and I got a silver tongue myself. So whenever people kind of start out doing that, it's like I've been there, I've seen it, and I've done it. So I knew where he was going.
Yeah,
And no lie, bro. Whenever you start something out that says, "Hey, white people," it's kind of gonna be a bad thing. And this is coming from a white guy. Like you don't start a sentence out like that, and then it's gonna be a positive. I mean, am I wrong?
yeah. I mean, I guess it kind of depends the group. Like if it's a couple of close buddies, it's kind of like okay, and it depends. Like all right, I know this person's about to crack a joke. It's not going to be like
Yeah.
an offensive joke. It might be. I don't know, but it's like all right, I know it's a joke. Whatever. There's no harm. This is like this is how he gets banned off of YouTube. So yeah, it was just like okay, let's deal with that.
Jordy, my God, what's good? Appreciate you coming in, man. Welcome back.
We needed your services earlier.
So, I mean, I now, there's a lot of people out there that are worried about the chemistry between Smith and Hurts because of him being out for these next 2 weeks or however long,
Yeah.
And yes, this is valuable time for them both. This is valuable time for Smith to get his reps in, to, get his chemistry down, to do his route running and stuff. But this kid's very smart.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't give him enough credit for that. And in all honesty, I think he's going to be just okay. Well, not just okay. That was probably the wrong fucking way to put that. He'll be just fine.
Yeah.
He knows how to run routes. He knows how to catch the ball. He's not going to forget that. Yeah, there might be a little rush you need to knock off, but I'm sure he can do that in like 2 days.
And again, he'll probably be back week 2, definitely week 3. So it's kind of he's got the preseason games. He's got that. Plus, when Hurts and Smith were in Alabama, they wouldn't go to parties. They'd be practicing on the sideline. I don't think that's going to stop even in the pros, especially when this is your job now. I don't think you're going to stop staying after practice because even last year, Hurts stayed after practice with Rager. He stayed after practice with a lot of guys. He's staying after practice now. Smith started staying after practice now as well because he was officially on the team. So he was able to stay after, so he had a reason to stay after practice now. So yeah, I don't think him missing practice time is going to affect him because I know he's going to stay after practices and I know he's still got like you said, he's intelligent. He
Yeah.
knows how to run every route. When he was asked what's his favorite route, he said all of them.
All of them.
So yeah, I definitely don't think the missed time's gonna hurt him.
Wow, she came in just to respond to you, Richie. You should feel love. What's up, Miss Bird Gang? Appreciate you so much for stopping in.
Oh, wait.
Unless you're just Bird Gang being nice for Miss Bird Gang. I'm kidding.
She's like, I guess I'll come in here. I've got nothing better to do. She was like, do I want to troll or do I want to come in here?
Can't be any worse than that other dude.
Exactly.
That was bad. No, you know what though, man?
This is how you spend your time efficiently.
I've been doing this 2 months. That's the first guy I've ever had bad in my stream. So I'll take those odds any day.
Yeah. Again, that's how you know you've made it now. You've got trolls and haters.
Yeah. Did you oh dude. Trust me, I'm the last person that's going to give you shit for spelling.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, no lie. Last person. I will, honestly, bro, I will sit here and I will voice text you just so I don't have to spell.
It's come to the point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's come to the point where I'm texting and it's like the key. It's not like how Philly 500 says he's got the fat sausage finger, but it's like my keypad's so small. My thumbs are like, they're not huge, but they're a decent size. And it's like, I'll type in but it'll be BIT. So now it's just come to the point where it's auto corrects to like my misspelling. And I'm just like, I trust that the person understands what I'm saying.
I love it. Okay? I love it. I told you, Brian Flores is going to change Miami, man. And I love that he's not afraid to come out and say, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I wish fucking Nick would come out and say it about Hurts, honestly.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it. But
I will say, though, I do like that in Hurts' first press conference, a reporter was like, hearing all the rumors about like a certain, like any quarterback from another team possibly coming here, which everybody knew. They were obviously talking about Deshaun Watson. Like I'm above all that. I don't care. I'll win. Like, just kind of like, I wish Nick would come out and just say, listen, we're not trading for Deshaun Watson. We're not. And I get people are so like freaking out, like, oh, he hasn't been named the starter, but it's like nobody else, like Flacco and Mullins have not taken a single snap under first team. So it's, I don't think.
Well,
I don't think Watson's happening.
I don't even need to think, man. I don't need to think because I'm going to tell you what. One, this close to the beginning of the season, you're going to change your quarterbacks. Rule number one.
Absolutely not.
Actually, you know what? The very first thing I want to say. Oh, yeah. 100%. But the first thing I'm going to say is you trade for Watson right now. Hurts is going to the Texans. You're not getting Watson and keeping Hurts. There's no fucking way in hell that happens. Okay? And then, so you make that trade. Watson goes on the exempt list. Now you're stuck with Joe Flacco and Nick Mullins for 8 weeks.
Yeah, possibly like
this
even 2 years. Line, like,
yeah. This offensive line, they rally behind Jalen Hurts.
The entire team rallies around Jalen Hurts.
Exactly. You take this kid away right now, what's that going to do to this team? And it's like I said earlier on Gates' thing. If you make this trade, you're not only showing these vets that you don't give a shit anymore, but you're also showing Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor, all these young dudes you just drafted that you don't give a shit and anyone is expendable at any moment, at any time, any hour. Which, yes, that is true. They are. But you don't draft people to just trade them right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw like a report, which I don't know if the guy was trolling or not, but I saw a report and it was like, right now, if the asking price, or not the asking price, but right now it is reported if they were traded the Eagles, it would be for 2 firsts and Devontae Smith. I saw that on like 500 stream last night, and everybody just went, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah.
It's just, and it's also like you got Hurts with the first 2 picks, 2 of his former teammates. So you have shown this team we're rallying around Hurts. Miles Sanders during a press conference last year and this year, but like especially last year, when Wentz was benched and Hurts started playing, he lit up more talking about Hurts than he did with Wentz. Like the entire team is rallying around Hurts. You've seen Lane Johnson build his like little barn gym thing of all the Oklahoma alumni, and Jalen Hurts is on there because he's an alumni, but he's also his teammate.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it just Watson is not a good move, at least for this year. And I know people have also been comparing this to Vic. Vic served his time. He served his time, and then he came back. Watson hasn't served his time yet, and there's still like allegations coming in, all of that. So we don't know how much time he's going to serve, if that.
You know, it's funny. I saw a meme the other day, and it said, if Watson comes to the Eagles, Pennsylvania men, hide your women because you have the 2 most dangerous quarterbacks in the league.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Ben
And
Roethlisberger
I've
and
seen those
Watson.
memes as well when it was like when Madden first announced like the 2 goats, and they would crop out Mahomes and Brady, and they would put Watson and Rodgers. Like, yeah, absolutely, Pennsylvania would be a dangerous state at that point. It would be, and there's a lot of masseuses in Pennsylvania, man.
Dude, that would be my very first clause in the contract, right fucking there. And that
no more
clause is,
massages.
if you come here, you have one masseuse, and it's one I hire. You don't
Yes,
get
and
25.
it's a male.
You get one. Yeah, it's like some fat 300-pound
Yeah,
Asian sumo wrestler guy with big fucking hands.
yeah. He was the ex-butcher.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
You know, I never understood that one, bro. Like, you make millions and millions of dollars. Why the fuck do you have 25 masseuses? I'd have one,
right?
and a traveling one. Like,
and it's not like, because there are some cases to where like a woman, when the athlete's at the highest, that's when they'll be like, oh, by the way, hey, this guy in college, but it's like, and that's kind of the point where it's like, all right, this could be fake, because obviously this is when they're at their highest. This is when, like, Josh Allen just signed a $200 million contract, I think, or something, or he's extended for 6 more years. If there was a report tomorrow saying like, hey, this guy did so and so, I'd be like, okay, this person's obviously chasing the bag. But this wasn't even when Deshaun Watson was at his high. This is when he was at his low, and now they're coming out. So that's kind of to where it's like, okay, nobody's coming for him because he's at his highest right now. And I'm not saying like, oh, when the player's at their highest, obviously this isn't true. It is true, but kind of the first thought is, all right, they might be chasing the bag a little bit.
you know, I might be a bad man for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway because it's my fucking channel and I don't care. I even had a conspiracy at one time that it just so happens that all this shit came out right after he said he didn't want to be there anymore. So in a way, when this fall first started too, it's like how, and this would be a really fucked up scenario. So me saying this, it's like, that's fucked up, bro. I know it's fucked up. Trust me. I know, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
What makes you think that this isn't all plotted by fucking Houston to get back at Watson for wanting to leave?
See, I was going the opposite way when this first came out. Like the first couple, this was before it got like even past 5. I was like, is this Watson's way to get forced released? And then 20 more, like it went up to like 26 now, and it's like, okay, I don't know, but the Houston thing could be interesting because I can't remember who their new general manager is and head coach, but they were talking about how they were like wanting to keep
Cauley's
Watson.
their head coach.
Yeah, I remember
David
Cauley. I don't
Cauley.
remember. Yeah, I don't remember who. I don't remember who their general manager is. Which Cauley. That was an
Yeah.
interesting hire. That was one of the worst hires, I think.
Right?
Like,
Look, I have a question for you. Why would you not choose Lovie Smith as your head coach? I mean, he's
Why would you
more
not choose
proven
him
than
then?
Cauley is he not?
Who was the person again?
What's that?
Who? Why not
Lovie
choose who?
Smith.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there was the one year, I think, I don't remember what year it was, but a Chiefs wide receiver didn't have a single, like, no wide receiver on the Chiefs had a single touchdown that entire year, and he was the wide receivers coach. You looked at the Ravens, how they were bottom 3 wide receivers. He was the wide receivers coach. What did Texas think? I don't know why Texas thought that was a good hire. I don't understand.
Wait, what? Are you fucking kidding me, Vic? This guy was the team chaplain and rose to GM? Damn.
Damn. Did not know that.
I don't. How the fuck are you a chaplain and go to a GM? Wow. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
You Googled
Yeah.
that shit. You just didn't know that off the top of your head.
It's Texas. All right, fair point.
He's the ultimate can man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
why they've been shit for the last 10 years, my guy. They have a chaplain as a GM.
yeah. That is wow.
But yeah, no. You know what, man? Honestly, though, I've actually got a little grief for saying this a little, but I actually feel Rager is going to have more touchdowns than Smith. I've been saying that for a couple weeks now, and the only reason that I say that is because he's in his natural position now. He's in the slot.
Yeah. I think it's going to end up being like everybody kind of knows Smith is the number 1 wide receiver, so it's kind of like doubling him, plus they'll look at Travis Fulgham, who's now full-time starter, so they'll go back to those weeks when he was like a top wide receiver in the league. So they'll kind of be like, I feel like most of the coverage is going to be on those two, leaving Rager like with one-on-one, and if he can get open space, he's gone. So yeah, I can definitely see Rager getting more touchdowns than Smith for this year.
Yeah, and he's going to be facing linebackers. He's going to be facing slot corners and stuff. There's no reason this kid should not be able to win. He's got the speed. He obviously showed he can catch now. I mean, it was 1 catch, but he fucking caught it.
Oh, that was beautiful.
It was a nice catch. Yeah.
It was.
So he showed he can catch. Now just put it all together and make it constant.
Yeah. And people were talking about how it's like, not even the 1 catch, they were like, there's no pads. Okay, there's no pads, but he also like put his body on the ground with no pads. Like he just completely went for it. Like, obviously with Pats, you're like, okay, whatever, there's comfort here. With no Pats, it's like there's not going to be a single inch of cushion, and he still just went for it.
Yeah. Well, and not just that, but you also listen. I've played wide receiver. Okay. There's certain ways that you can turn your body, and there's certain ways it's hard to turn your body, especially in mid-flight. You know, and he was running, like, say I'm running down the sideline. It's a lot easier. Now, granted, I'm right-handed, but it's a lot easier for me to turn this way and catch the ball. But when he did it, dude, he was running. He jumped and twisted like this. You know what I'm talking about? Like he went opposite from what he would normally do.
He went full.
That's hard in itself, and that's the part I'm talking about. It wasn't the fact that he caught it in a normal position. No, he literally went reverse the opposite way to do it. And to me, as a wide receiver, when you can go against your body, you have good. He has good body.
He
control.
went against like his natural order.
Yeah. He has very good body control. That's what that is.
Because usually with corners, usually it's all in the hips. So like with wide receiver, he twisted literally his entire like front torso to reach and grab with his non-dominant hand. Was able to tuck it in and still hold on to it. And unlike CeeDee Lamb, this one was in bounds.
Right.
I'm just saying, and it's not even
it was a phenomenal catch, man. It really was.
And it was phenomenal coverage by Slay too. It was just perfectly placed ball, and just he got a good hand on it and was able to reel it in, keep both feet in bounds, and that was a solid touchdown. And I'm
that's
so
what's
glad.
Impressive of itself, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm so glad that blew up all over. Like, it was on NFL, like PFF. I'm so glad that it blew up, because if it didn't, I would have lost my shit. Because, like I mentioned, that one was in bounds. CeeDee Lamb was not in bounds, and that was talked about for like days.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the hate would be real then, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The equivalent of picking up a ball after the quarterback threw it in the wide receiver's butt. Like, you did nothing.
Right. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you sit here and you said, like, Slay couldn't have played that any better. And him doing that against Slay, that's impressive enough on its own.
Yeah. Because granted, it was one-on-one, yes. So a lot of the plays where we've seen like, oh, Nelson or Slay gets torched, those are like the 7-on-7s. Bring on the full team. There's going to be that safety help, but it was like it was just impressive, both for the defense, the quarterback, the wide receiver. Everything about that play was great. It was just the wide receiver, the offense won that battle.
You know, and I loved how he threw the ball at the end too. You know, because when he paused and then he was just looking straight ahead and he just flicked it real fast.
Yeah.
It kind of had that "get the fuck off me" type feeling. You know, like, I'm here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm here now. Because it was kind of, it was like, it was Reagor, which granted, some people gave him some slack. I was one of those people when he failed his physical, because obviously, death of a close childhood friend, he thought of as a little brother. I went, no sweat, that's fine. Then he gets earful from Sirianni and coaches. And then the next day, he's had like 2 touchdowns, would have been a third, but he dropped it, whatever. And then he comes back and gets like a tight coverage against Nelson. Like, that day was Reagor's day. And it was right after, and it's not a coincidence that it was right after getting an earful from Sirianni, who on one of the touchdowns ran out to the field and was just pumped with Reagor. If that were Doug Peterson, we would not have gotten this result. We would have gone, hey man, it's okay, let's go get Haagen-Dazs or something like that. Like, it was just the fact that Sirianni doesn't wait in a meeting and point with a little laser and be like, you see what you did here, do this instead. He will march right onto that field after the play if he didn't like it, and he will tell you how to fix it.
So, yeah, no, I love it. I love Nick, and I love everything he brings to this team. You know, and that's actually going somewhere with this. Fuck me, dude. It's just been one of those days. Yeah. No, fuck me, dude. I forget what I was gonna say. Anyway, go ahead. Say.
No, I mean that was.
We'll move on. I'm done talking about the wide receivers for right now. We all kind of know how it's going to go. You know,
Yeah.
I assume Fulgham's going to be number 2 unless he comes out here and completely screws up. And then in that case, Watkins is going to take it from him.
Yeah,
You know?
I think.
I believe a lot in Watkins.
Yeah, I could see it to where Watkins. I think it'll probably end up being Fulgham being in the start, but I could see like Watkins starting there and then Fulgham be in for like the red zone weapon. But I don't know. I don't think because Fulgham's more than a red zone weapon. He's literally everywhere. So I don't know. It depends. But
Well,
yeah,
that's why I say it's
probably,
Fulgham's lose.
Yeah, it's absolutely Fulgham's to lose right now, which it's neck and neck. It's neck and neck between him and Watkins, in my opinion. But
Dude,
yeah, I definitely
looks
think week
good.
1 it'll probably be Smith, Rager, Fulgham.
Yeah. No, I do too, but dude, Watkins looks really fucking good, man.
He does.
Like, did you see that video today of his footwork down there in the end zone where he turned that dude and then caught it right there in the corner? Did you see that one?
I did. Yeah.
I actually tweeted it. Like, dude,
I
he
think that's
turned
how I
that
saw
dude
it.
completely around, and he could just jog right to the end there, and he just caught it and just stepped right out. It's like
It's
he's
just
really
insane.
put the work
Dude's
in.
got killer footwork.
Yeah. You know, and that's the comment I made, you know, a little while back. I was like, if these guys are smart, which I hope they are, all they have to do is just pay attention to Devontae Smith. You know, just learn half of what this kid knows, and dude, they'll excel as a wide receiver room. If you can just be half as good as what Smith is at running routes, dude, you're going to take your game up to another level.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And it definitely helps with Sirianni and the one video where he's watching like Colts play, or like the routes that the Colts, and it was like the one with tight end Mo Alley Cox or whatever. He's talking about routes, and he's like, I don't want no banana routes. It's stick your foot and go, which is exactly what no like banana swirly routes. It's literally get position, stick your foot, go. So it's definitely it's definitely gonna be a fun season, I believe.
You know, and that's why I actually, you know, somebody asked me the other week, they were like, with Deuce Staley leaving and with us getting Singletary, do you see, oh wow. What's up, Joe Castro in the building, my guy. Appreciate you for stopping in, dude. Welcome, as always. Yeah. Why am I doing this? Losing my thoughts tonight.
It was you were going with Deuce Staley and Jamal Singleton.
Yes. Or
this one I remember.
Is it Singleton or Singletary? Yeah, it's Singletary, right?
Singletary.
The coach is Singletary. The player Singleton. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So, you know, a lot of people were asking me, they were like, having Singletary, does that hurt us, you know, losing Deuce and getting him? And in a way, you know, after I watched the mic'd up version of that, the one with Singletary and JG, I believe it was, they both were on there. You know, this guy, he really focuses on, you know, what Nick preaches, fundamentals. You know, like you said, put your foot into the ground and dig right there.
Yeah,
No banana routes. He's trying to teach these halfbacks to just get in and get out. Like get in, get your cut, and get out. You know, get open. You got to be there, fast and efficient. And I feel that I don't know. He might be able to take this halfback room to another level that we weren't before because he does pay that much attention to detail.
yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, I think all the coaches are like that. They all kind of appealed to what Sirianni wants because you've seen like the mic ups, and I think Singleton was even talking about like oh, what's our linebackers coach's name? Like Rollins or something like that.
Rallis.
Yeah, Rollins. He'll like get into formation with them. He won't just coach. He will do the actual. He'll do like the motions and all that, which is kind of what Singletary's doing as well. He's because I watched. I watched the mic'd up as well, and he has that energy. All the coaches just have that energy to get to quote Philly 500, get you to just run through a brick wall. Like they all just have that energy. They fire you up. They get you like ready. They get you in that game set mentality. There's no like, yeah, just that didn't work, so let's try this. It's that didn't work. Here's why you're wrong. You're gonna fix it. Now go off, or I'm gonna go off on you. Like it's no like they're friendly when they need to be, like Sirianni, but when he needs to yell at somebody, they're marching right on that field and they're setting your ass straight. It's
that's the one thing I love about this coaching staff compared to what Doug's was. This is a very young coaching staff. Okay.
yeah,
I expect whenever a play goes bad, those coaches to get down in the dirt with them and show them. You know, it's a lot easier to visually teach these guys than to verbally tell them and have them imagine it in their head how you want it run. You know,
yeah,
it's a lot easier if you can get on that field and just show them how you want it done. That way they see it and they can go and do it.
yeah, definitely. And I like seeing. I think it was. I don't remember what day it was, but I think it was Huntley. He caught a swing pass, and the way that he and the writers described it, when he turned around, he saw an octopus come at him because everybody was just punching for the balls. And Nelson, like his second day, was even saying, "Look at my knuckles." Like they are
Yeah.
the entire, like not even Gannon, but like the entire defensive staff is focused on turning the ball over. The entire like offensive staff is just focused on getting on just getting perfection on every play. It's like no
Yeah.
laziness. Again, just stick your foot, hit the ground running. It's just like you didn't get that with the last coaching staff because and I can't even remember what our old QB coach was last year. It was I don't know,
I
but he was
know
like
it.
buddy with Carson, and
Time to think
that's
about
what you can't have. You can't. He's the QB coach for the Colts now, which I think is just not going to end up. I don't think that's going to end up going very well. But it was like the coaches were just buddy with the players. They didn't really like get onto them when they needed to get onto them, like Sirianni and this staff does.
Yeah. Well, I like what Sirianni said yesterday in his press conference when they asked him about that. You know, about how do you know how you can coach? You know, do you coach every player the same? Do you coach every player different? You know, are you harder on one, lighter on the other? He's like, it's a player to player basis
Yeah.
in the case from player to player. He's like, I can push one guy really hard and I can't push the other guy like that. I can yell at some guys, I can't yell at others. He's like, but that doesn't make it wrong. It's just that's who that person is. He's like, it's about
Your player.
communicating. You know, it's about showing them respect, making them want to play, making them want to be better. No one's going to want to be better if you're sitting there screaming in their face all the time.
Yeah.
You know, some people can handle that, some people can't. So I respect that. When you sit there and say base to base, you know, it, it just all depends. You know, a lot of people can sit there and say, well, that's favoritism. No, some people just don't respond to dickheadedness. You know, some
Yeah.
people do, some people don't. Some people like being coached rough and hard. You know, they like being yelled at. There's other people out there who, you know, just explain it to me, coach. I understand. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
stupid. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. You don't have to yell at me. You know, it just all depends on who it is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just kind of know your audience. Like, kind of like how you said, like, this guy can push, or like how Nick Sirianni said, this guy can push around, this guy not so much, this guy can yell at, this guy not so much. But it's kind of like everybody deserves probably like a little yelling, like especially if they just made just an awful mistake. Kind of like what
Yeah,
Rager had that one day before yesterday. Like
yeah,
that absolutely yelling was deserved. But after that, then it was just footwork. There's a clip of Sirianni who is showing Fulgham like the footwork. He's just they're just standing stationary, but he's showing like the footwork.
yep.
And he's like you see his like right leg reach out and then you just see his body twist for the cut and all that. So it's just he knows his audience, he knows how his players respond better to his actions. So
Yeah.
it's definitely, and that takes time and dedication as well because you got a lot of guys on a football team and every single one of them has a different preferred method of coaching. So yeah,
Well,
it's
and you know, you got to look at what he said yesterday too about how these are his two positions that he loves. You know, this is what he coached. This is what he
yeah,
played: quarterback and wide receivers.
yeah, that's
And
his
they're the
passion.
ones he was that.
I was just saying, yeah, that's his passion.
Yeah, you know, and that that's what he coaches, and that's what his love of the game is for. And he takes them, and he takes high accountability for those positions. They have to work out. That's his specialty. You know, so when you're messing up out there, he's going to jump on you more as a wide receiver or quarterback than he will corner because that's his specialty. If those positions fail, then he looks bad as a coach because that's what he's supposed to do: help the quarterbacks and help the wide receivers.
Yeah,
You know, if the corners fail, that's on JG. That only makes JG look bad because that's what his specialty is. You know,
yeah, absolutely. It's definitely holding accountability to that, but it's also just holding accountability to each player because they've mentioned many of times. I don't care if you're a vet, rookie, in the middle, and all the players are saying that they love how they're being held accountable. There's no one person that's like I can slack off because blah 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 blah. It's like any person can lose their starting job, so it's definitely a fight every day, which is exactly what this team needed.
yeah. I mean, I don't think competition's a bad thing. You know, I mean, if you sit here and you look at this roster, obviously we know Kelsey's the starter. Obviously, you know
Yeah,
Brooks is. Obviously, you know Johnson is. You know, you can name the starters. Even
yeah,
though they sit here and say it's an open competition, there's only so much bullshit you're gonna buy.
yeah,
Because
and that's
we all know no one's going to threaten Kels at his position. No one's going to threaten Brooks or Johnson. I don't even think Miles Sanders is technically even threatened. You know, like I don't really know the game that we're playing here. You know, you preach competition. Yeah, we love competition. It is competition. But are you seriously going to sit here and tell me that I'm supposed to feel threatened by Joe Flacco for fucking Jalen Hurts? Am I really supposed to feel threatened?
yeah, and it's kind of
Like,
like Yeah. It's kind of like you can obviously name the starters. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
Milton Williams isn't going to beat out Fletcher Cox. But it's also like, it's still like us as the fans and even the players and the coaches know, like, this is the person that's starting. But it's also like, I got to stay on my toes because a slip up could happen because there's been like, I think there's been a couple of people that have been swapped from second to first, and especially like the competitions that are happening with like between Sweat and Barnett, Mailata and Dillard. That just kind of shows like the and
Yeah.
slot corner and all that. It kind of shows like that even though everybody knows like Fletcher Cox is starting, Fletcher Cox still got to stay on his toes though. Like he can't be
Yep.
slacking because even if it's just
Yeah.
for a practice, Sirianni won't hesitate to like, you're done, you're second team now. It's like until you show me that you care again, then you can be on the first team. Because like there are guys that have been creeping from like third team to second team, so
Yeah.
they have a chance to sneak up from second team to first team, especially with like injuries and like veterans off. Because I know there was days with vets off where it's like Zach McPherson was like, all right, you're with first team now. Jacoby Stevens, you're with first team now,
Yeah.
which I think is a good sign. Especially for the young and fan favorite guys like McPherson and Jacoby Stevens.
You know, the one thing that I will tell you, and this is truly how I feel, I don't give a shit who is on my field come Sunday, as
Yeah.
long as I win.
Yeah, absolutely. I can.
That's as easy as I can put it. You might sit there and say, well, that's fucking stupid. No, if Johnson is not out there, if Brooks is not out there, if Kels is not out there, if Hertz is not out there, if Fulgham, Smith, Rager, Hightower, none of these guys have to be out there. As long as we fucking win on Sunday, and the guys that are out there are the ones that are supposed to be out there, and they're out there because they played to be out there, I don't give a shit. It's all
Absolutely,
about the W's, man. It's all about the W's. I don't want to see L's. I want dubs. And I only want the people on that field that are going to bring me W's. And if that means some of the people that we love to death aren't playing, so fucking what? It's about winning, man.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely. And it's kind of just like if a big name person, like if so and so is like, I don't care about winning, I'm in it for the money, then you're out. You're gone. We'll put in somebody else that is actually fighting to stay here. It's kind of just when I walk into a Sunday, I don't look at like fan favorites or monies or like what pick they were. If an undrafted guy beat out a second round guy, I want that undrafted guy out there on Sundays. I want that undrafted guy out there starting over the second round guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't care about your name. I don't care about what pick you are. I don't care about the money you're making. If you have the fighting mentality and are winning, then I want you out there.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. Like, no lie. Mailata's a 7th round pick. Dillard's a 1st. Yeah. They're on two opposite ends of the spectrum, man. Absolutely. And I'd rather have Mailata out there than our first round.
Yeah. Like, and Mailata didn't even know the sport of football.
It's about winning.
Absolutely, yeah. I'd rather go with the rugby player right now. He didn't know anything about football, but he's showing that he's showing that he's improved and that he's better and that he's willing to fight. Andre Dillard, what's its face? Andre Dillard, I think, mentioned he's like, yeah, it's a tough fight, but whatever. I'm going to do what I can to win. He's never stayed after practice once. Mailata stays after practice every day.
Right.
He has that fighting spirit. The guys that like stay after practice, those are the guys that I want on my team.
Yeah. Dude, I don't ever see any videos of Dillard. Ever.
I don't see any good notes of Dillard.
Yeah, like
I don't think I've seen a single bad note about Mailata. Maybe like once he got beat by Sweat. But like That's
Yeah, I
it.
think he just got beat by Sweat yesterday. That was the only
Yeah.
time. Which is going to happen. I mean, the more
Yeah.
Sweat and him go at it, Sweat's going to learn.
Yeah.
But
They're both
that
going to learn.
is a
Both
good
going to get
sign.
better.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
think
I mean,
majority
oh,
of
go ahead.
Barnett's sacks. I didn't know you were talking about that, but I think a majority of Barnett's sacks have been against Dillard, which doesn't impress me because Sweat gets sacks. I don't think Barnett's gotten a single sack on Mailata, and Sweat's able to get sacks on. Or sorry, yeah, Sweat's able to get sacks on Mailata. So
Yeah.
I think
No,
whoever wins against Mailata kind of shows the winner of that tackle or of the defensive end.
100% with you, man. I don't even waste my breath on Barnett anymore. Like, I get it. He had the fumble recovery in the Super Bowl. You know, he's done some good things. I won't lie, but he's not always healthy, and he's underachieved for what his value was.
Yeah. He also
He
just gets
really
in a
has.
lot of penalty trouble.
Yeah.
Like he
I
gives
mean, how
up
many
so many
times has
yards
he
on
got hit
penalty.
for a late hit?
I know memory serves me that Green Bay game back in 2018, the hit on I think it was Aaron Jones. It was the running back. It
Yeah, he's got a couple QB late hits on him too.
yeah. Like it's just
You don't make those mistakes as a first rounder, man.
yeah,
And a couple of
absolutely.
them came on third downs and kept the drive alive, which pissed
That's
me
what I'm
off
saying.
even
Yeah,
more.
that's what I'm saying. I don't want it happening at all, but I would rather have that happen on like first down. If it's third or
Right.
fourth down, no, that's absolutely stupid.
Yeah. I'm with
That's
you.
just
It's,
those are mistakes you should not be making.
especially as a first round pick. Well, listen, man, we've hit 2 hours here. It doesn't really seem like it,
Yeah,
but we have. You know, I've been wanting to get with you here. It's just been hard here the last couple of weeks, getting everything
yeah,
together. But you know what? Finally got a hold of you. Finally saw you on, and we got it together. It's great
indeed we did.
talking to you, man. You know your
Yeah,
shit,
it's great to be here.
and you know Eagles is there's always something to talk about. You'll never go bored with this team,
Absolutely not.
and
There's always drama.
yeah, yeah. Whether it's good or bad, you know, you're always gonna have
Yeah,
something to talk about. But you know, I'm definitely gonna have you back on again
yeah,
whenever beginning of the season starts after like a couple games. That way we can kind of talk about the direction that this team's going,
yeah. That'll be fun.
and we can kind of break a few games down and just kind of see where we're sitting at that point. Because right now all we can do is speculate.
Yeah, well, all we can go off is a couple of notes we've seen.
Yeah. Now I actually might be going down this Sunday. So, for
Oh,
the
practice, got it.
open practice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I might actually be going down. I'll have to see here. I got asked tonight if I wanted to go by a buddy of mine. He's like, "Hey, you want to go down?" I was like, "Man, I was going to go down on the 22nd." He's like, "We'll go down this weekend too." I was like, "I'll let you know tomorrow morning."
Yeah,
So I might end up actually going down, which it will be good because then I'll actually have actual info for you because I will visually see it.
yeah.
But what's up, Jock Talk in the building? Yo, dude, the last 2 nights, old man, you have just came in so late. What is up? Have you not been getting your rest in the evenings? You missing your nap times, bro? You're always coming in when I'm leaving. You gotta come in
Not
at
to
the
take
beginning,
spills.
my guy. Grandkids wear you out? No, that's my guy right there, man. I love that dude. He's our OG Eagle fan. He's our
Yeah.
52-year-old Eagle fan. He's my oldest representation. It's called work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is right. You are on those crazy hours right now. I forgot you did tell me that. Well, I appreciate you coming in anyway, even if it is for a couple of minutes, dude. But
58.
dude, 50. You're welcome. I said 52.
Yeah.
You know, I gave you a little bit of leeway there.
Good old young and spry.
So, well, all right, man. Why don't you? Actually, you know what? We'll do something real quick before we go. What's your
Okay.
prediction for this year, man?
Oh, I see like 10, 11 wins. Oh. It's me. It's just me now. Okay. Hmm. Is it circle? Oh, oh, the spinny circle. Oh, is he gonna return? Ooh, that's a spinny circle right there. Why this gotta happen to me? This happened to say. This also happened with Philly Foothills where he disconnected. All right.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
he's
have no
back.
idea
All right,
what
we're good.
that was. Yeah, I have no idea what that was. You started spinning, and I started spinning, and I was like, "Oh shit, here we go."
Wow. You just went, what's your record prediction? I started describing, and I looked, and it was just me. So I was like, oh, am I supposed to take this now, or like, yeah, you call
No,
such
I'm here.
talk.
Yes, you did, Jock. You did.
He had enough of this. He said he showed up late. I ain't staying for this. I'm out.
I ain't got time for that. I got bronchitis.
I ain't got time for this shit. I got bronchitis.
Yo, what was that other chick, man? The one that was on Maury that got so fucking super famous. What was her saying? Oh, it was the one that was. Yeah, man, they made freaking huge memes about it and all that shit. God, why can't I think about it? Anyway, it doesn't even fucking matter. That's how tired I am. Yeah, so no lie. I'm probably gonna end up changing my name here soon, just to let everyone know. Um, I'm gonna start doing Chicago Bull content because I am a Bulls fan. So I was thinking last night, and I might become the Chi-Town Eagle. So
That wouldn't be bad. That would be a decent name.
yeah. Still gotta figure out how I'm gonna work the logo though. I actually have a pretty neat concept. Uh, so I'm not gonna keep it under wraps actually. it I had to use it. I just used it as a an example, but I took Alshon Jeffrey in an Eagles uniform, and I made our Eagles uniform into a Bulls uniform.
Got
Like
it.
it's a football helmet with a Chicago Bull logo. It has the Chicago Bull logo uh,
Yeah.
on the shoulders. It's red and black. You know. But yeah, it just 200 by tomorrow. I'm trying, Lucas, man. I am. I don't even know what I'm at right now, to be honest, dude. You know, but I might do a live tomorrow, do like a little sub party, maybe, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna try to get to 200 because I want to give that blanket out, dude. You know, and then not just that, but here I'll show you these, Papa. I don't think I ever showed you these yet before we get out of here, but I'm gonna do a raffle for these as well one of these days. So check these out. You probably remember these.
Yeah.
See that?
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Face cam's a little blurry. I see cards. The 1993 Eagle cards with like I see Randall Cunningham.
Yeah,
That's all
you
I
got
see.
Randall
Everything
Cunningham,
else is
Eric
blurry.
Allen, you got Fred Barnett, you got Seth Joyner, Andy Harmon, Byron Evans on that one. Yeah, because you got that on there.
Yeah. Oh, I see Eric Allen now.
Yeah, and then on this one here, you got Clyde Simmons, you got Vosh Hakeem, Heath Sherman, Calvin Williams, and Andre Waters and Herschel Walker.
Okay, yeah, I see those now. I see them now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then on this one, these are pretty sweet. These are freaking old school right here. But you got Charlie Hayes, you got Mariano Duncan, you got Lenny Webster, Darren Dalton, David Webb. That's who's on the top here. And in the middle, you got Lenny Dykstra, Kevin Stalker, Randy Reddy. You got Mickey Moore. You got Dave Hollins. Then on the bottom here is Gary Varsho and Tony Longmire, Greg Jeffries, Dave Gallagher, and Jim Eisenreich on that one.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. We'll put those we'll mark those up 300.
Yeah. But yeah, this one has like Kurt Schilling on and shit, so you know, there's a lot on there. And then I got this last one, which is the 95 Fighting Phils at Veterans Stadium. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, just some pretty cool things, man.
Oh, the Phillies
So
are
that's
in
going to
first
be
place.
another good way. Are they?
Jock Talk just said the Phillies won tonight. They're in first place for the first time since his birthday.
That's awesome, dude. About time. Hey, you know what? I was actually at the final game of the World Series in '98. That was awesome.
Yeah, they did. They beat the Mets 4-2.
That's cool. I'm happy for them. I'm tired of the Phils being shitty.
Yeah. It's been how long since they've been in the playoffs?
98, right?
Yeah.
When they won the World Series is the last time they were in, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah. That's 14 years, man. That's bad.
They last made the playoffs in 2011 when they lost the NL Division Series.
There you go. So it's only been 10 years.
Yeah.
Only 10.
Only 10. Yeah, so far we have the longest playoff drought.
Seriously?
Yeah, of 9 years.
Wow. Dude, do you, real quick before we even get, I know I've said this 4 fucking times already. Dude, do you remember how close Back to the Future got predicting that Cubs won the World Series? Remember that? That
How
the
was
year
it?
it was in Back to the Future 2 was the same year in real life. The only difference is they didn't win.
Yeah, I think I do remember that. I remember seeing so many like conspiracies about that. That was, but yes, okay, I do remember that now.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, I've lost
I
everything.
don't think so, Rashawn. I really don't. I wouldn't push him. You know, I'd save him for week 1.
Yeah, I could see
I
a
don't think he
couple of
needs to play
snaps in week
preseason.
3, but
Yeah, week 3
that's
you
about
said.
it. Yeah, just a couple of snaps in week 3.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see any reason to put him out there, man, because you don't want to injure this guy.
Yeah,
You know, you don't want to hurt him any more than what you need to. I'd let him rest and let him knock the rust off. You know, right there, either beginning of week 1, you know, or preseason 3, you know, game 3. Couple snaps either at the end or at the beginning, either one.
yeah. I do think a lot of other guys will play. Like I think, uh, what's its face? I think Hertz will play quite a bit. I think like Rager, Fulgham, Watkins, all those guys will play kind of bit. I think really you just won't see a lot of starters on offensive line or like D line or like
Do you
uh
think Hurts will play that much?
I could see Hertz play a little bit because kind of, and I know Joe mentioned this, but it was kind of like we aren't really in that good of a position to kind of rest our starters, like rest a good majority of the guys because we were. So it's kind of like I could see Hertz and Rager in, and like they have a couple connections, and then they're out. But I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, no, in fact, Richie, I'll work on that for you, dude. I'll try and get that dialect perfect, and I'll rip it up for you in person. Not sure exactly how I'll pull that off. I'm not actually the best person to impersonate people, but I'll figure it out.
We'll find a way.
Yeah. So, all right, man. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll call that a successful stream. I'm good. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to sleep. So, I do appreciate you coming on with me. I do appreciate you talking Eagles football. Like I said, I will have you back on. You know, probably like week 3 or 4 if you want. Always down to
Yeah,
talk more football.
of course I'd be down.
It's just getting to the point now for us, man, where I feel like we're talking about the same shit over and over and over every day, just
Yeah.
with different people. So I really want more things to happen. I can't wait till this Thursday coming up when we play. I'll be live streaming that and doing play-by-plays, so that's going to be fun. My first time doing that.
Yep.
But yeah, why don't you let people know where they can find you real quick, man? And
Yeah. So you can find me. Hold on, let me pull this stuff up. You can find me at Twitter at Papa_Fuchs Fuchs. You can also find me with the same handle at Twitch. Not haven't really streamed a lot. Waiting on some art from good buddy of mine, so it'll actually look pretty and stuff like that. Probably don't really have a schedule right now. But yeah, definitely working on Twitch, Twitter. You can talk to me just for fun, all that. I don't care. Um, and going back to the Twitch, even though there will be gaming on it, I am always down to talk sports. I do not care. And yeah, that's about all I got. He's gone now, so I guess I will go ahead and if he doesn't come back quickly, end the stream for him. This has been Eagles Uncensored Podcast. Make sure to like. We got 24 likes. Very nice. Subscribe, because at 200, he will be giving away a blanket. Hit that bell notification so you are notified of all of his videos and live streams. And have a blessed night. Peace out, everybody.
All right. So I guess we both got kicked off. Yeah, so I apologize everybody for that. You know, I appreciate it, each and every one of you for coming out. Sorry, the ending got kicked out there. I didn't try that, but yeah, definitely swing in tomorrow at 9 p.m. for the East Meets West. That'll be me and Philly Foothills, Vic 3, and Ye I Go. We're going to have 2 West Coast and 2 East Coast there. So, that'll be our show from now on Saturday nights at 9 p.m. So, everyone, please make sure you join us in doing that. We're going to have some fun. And, don't forget about Sub Mondays. That's where you can come into my channel and we'll get your link in there and, we'll try and get you to your goal, whatever that may be, 20 subs, 100 subs, 200, And then don't forget about me and Bird Gang 31, our podcast on Sundays. Definitely come out and support us there. And yes, it's 6 p.m. West Coast. Josh. Yes. And like I said, that'll be me, Foothills, Vic 3, and Ye. So, yeah, definitely come out and support us. So, I appreciate each and every one of you coming out tonight. And until next time, this is AK Eagles, and this has been another successful episode of the Eagles Uncensored Podcast. And I appreciate you all and for your love and support. And you guys have a good night. Peace.